The sky above Earth was once a peaceful blue stretching endlessly across the horizon. But on that day, it became a canvas for something far more terrifying. A rip in the sky appeared at first a strange shimmering light that pulsed as if alive. Then suddenly massive shapes materialized out of nowhere, looming like mountains in the heavens. The first ship was so enormous it cast a shadow that covered an entire city. Below, a ripple of fear swept through the world as people stared up from their windows and streets' mouths agape in disbelief. The broadcast came shortly after the ships appeared on Earth's monitors, an alien voice speaking in a language so cold it sent shivers down every human spine. "Surrender or perish" echoed across every television, radio, and communication device on the planet. The voice was alien but somehow familiar, almost as if it knew Earth and its people too well. Earth's military was already on alert, but no one could have predicted what came next. The first wave of attacks came without warning. The ships opened fire, sending beams of pure energy crashing into the Earth, shattering buildings, and tearing apart anything that stood in their path. Cities began to burn in seconds. The might of Earth's weapons did nothing. The fighter jets were mere specks against the massive hulls of the alien ships, and the military's ground forces were obliterated in minutes. General Sarah Kane sat in the command center of the last remaining operational military base in the Western Hemisphere. Her fingers hovered over the buttons of the control panel as the ground trembled beneath her feet. The reports were flooding in, too fast to process, too overwhelming to handle, yet she remained focused, knowing every decision she made now could decide the fate of humanity. She ordered counterattacks, but each one was swiftly destroyed. The alien ships had shields unlike anything Earth had ever seen. Their weapons tore through tanks and bombers like they were made of paper, yet there was something odd about their movements, almost too deliberate, as if they were testing Earth's response. Despite the horror unfolding around her, Kane refused to believe defeat was inevitable. There had to be a way to fight back. Her thoughts were interrupted by the sudden appearance of a message on the holographic screen. Before her, a scientist, Dr. Eli Navarro, had sent an urgent request to speak to her. He had been working on something classified for years, something the rest of the world knew nothing about. Kane quickly authorized the connection, and Navarro's face appeared on the screen, looking more frantic than usual. "General, the aliens are making a huge mistake." Navarro began, his voice shaking with excitement. "They think we're inferior, but they're wrong. They have no idea what we're capable of." He paused, his eyes darting around, as if making sure no one was listening. Then he whispered, "We've been studying their technology for months, and there's something in their design that they overlooked. I can exploit it, but I need more time." Kane could hardly believe what she was hearing. Could this scientist have found something the aliens had missed? Could this be the key to humanity's survival? Kane gripped the edge of her desk as she stared at Navarro's determined face. Time was running out, and there was only one thing she could do now: follow his lead and hope that humanity's resilience wasn't just a myth. The first wave of alien attacks left Earth reeling, but humanity refused to go quietly into the night. General Sarah Kane rallied the surviving military commanders, pulling together the remnants of Earth's forces in a desperate bid to fight back. The world had fallen into chaos, but there was still hope, or at least the flicker of it. General Kane had placed her faith in Dr. Eli Navarro's cryptic warning that the aliens had made a critical mistake. But Navarro's words were still just that, words. Time was running out, and without a concrete plan, humanity had nothing but its will to survive. Dr. Navarro had managed to work in secret, sifting through the wreckage of alien ships as quickly as possible to analyze their technology. There was something in the energy signatures of their weapons, something different from anything humans had ever encountered. He believed the aliens had based their technology on a principle of energy manipulation, but it was flawed. As Navarro worked tirelessly in his underground lab, General Kane and the remaining military units scrambled to mount a defense against the invaders. The world's governments had collapsed into disarray, with entire nations rendered unrecognizable by the invasion. But humanity had something the aliens didn't expect: the ability to adapt on the fly. Even as cities fell, the resistance began to regroup despite the overwhelming odds. A new alliance of nations formed out of necessity. with soldiers and civilians alike coming together to hold their ground in the face of annihilation. Earth's military was decimated, but its people were not beaten. General Kane knew the alien ships were overconfident, convinced that their superior technology would be enough to crush Earth's forces completely, but she saw something they didn't. The human spirit was not so easily broken. The resilience and ingenuity of Earth's survivors were beginning to make a difference in small but significant ways. Local militias in major cities began organizing counterattacks using guerrilla tactics unfamiliar to the invaders. They used every available resource, scavenging, repurposing weapons and vehicles from the wreckage of the initial attacks. Earth's forces managed to destroy several key drones, sent to wipe out resistance groups, and even hijacked an alien scout ship in one daring operation. This wasn't a victory by any means, but it was a spark, something to ignite the belief that the fight could be won. Kane spent sleepless nights strategizing with the commanders from the remaining human bases. They knew their forces were no match for the alien fleets, but they had one advantage that the aliens could never have predicted: the ability to improvise. Earth's forces knew how to fight in ways the aliens could not comprehend. Humans didn't rely on raw power alone, they relied on tactics, deception, and unpredictability. At the same time, Navarro made a breakthrough of his own. He discovered a peculiar pattern in the alien fleet's behavior, a rhythm in the way they coordinated their attacks. It wasn't just a flaw in their technology. There was something about their psychological approach to warfare, something too rigid and predictable. He believed if humanity could exploit this pattern, they might stand a chance, but to do so, they needed access to a much larger portion of the alien fleet than anyone had ever expected. Desperation gave birth to a bold plan. Navarro recommended using the very technology the aliens had built to communicate and coordinate their fleets, but humanity's forces would need to infiltrate the alien communications hub directly. A dangerous and almost impossible mission. General Kane didn't hesitate. Prepare the troops, she said. We're going to hit them where they least expect it. The fight was far from over, but for the first time, humanity had an edge, however small it might be. The plan was risky, but humanity had no choice. General Sarah Kane was prepared to throw everything they had at the alien fleet, no matter how slim the chances of success. The mission was simple in theory: infiltrate the heart of the alien fleet, access their central command systems, and disrupt their communications network. But the execution would be anything but simple. The aliens were not only technologically superior, they were also far more organized and ruthless than anything humanity had ever encountered. If they failed, Earth would fall. If they succeeded, it could turn the tide of the war. Captain Leah Miles, one of Kane's most trusted officers, was given command of the operation. She was known for her quick thinking and unyielding determination in battle, and she had already proven herself in the skirmishes that followed the initial invasion. Miles led a small but elite strike team, tasked with boarding an alien transport ship that was scheduled to rendezvous with the command fleet. Their goal was to infiltrate the ship undetected, access the alien communication systems, and create chaos within the enemy's ranks. They had no backup. If they were discovered, they would be on their own. The team, equipped with improvised alien technology and human ingenuity, set off in the dead of night. As they made their way to the alien ship's docking bay, the weight of what they were about to attempt settled heavily on their shoulders. Miles was calm, but she could feel the tension in her team. They all knew what was at stake, but none of them had any illusion that the mission was anything less than a suicide run. They breached the ship without incident, using a combination of hacking tools and carefully timed movements to disable the ship's exterior security systems. Once inside, the team moved quickly, avoiding detection by the ship's automated patrols. They made their way through the corridors, knowing that every step brought them closer to their goal and to danger. As they approached the central communications hub, Miles felt a surge of adrenaline. This was the moment they had been waiting for. But as they entered the control room, something went horribly wrong. The alien ship had detected their intrusion. The doors to the control room slammed shut, locking them in. A shrill alarm blared as the lights flickered. bathing the room in an eerie red glow. The team was trapped. Miles' heart raced, but she didn't let fear take over. She ordered her team to stay calm and prepare for a fight. The mission had just turned into a battle for survival. Within seconds, the room filled with alien soldiers, their faces cold and expressionless as they advanced on the human strike team. The firefight was brutal. The team fought valiantly, using every trick they knew to hold off the aliens, but the odds were overwhelmingly against them. It quickly became clear that they would not survive a prolonged battle. Yet, in the chaos, something unexpected happened. One of the alien soldiers, a massive figure that stood apart from the others, hesitated. He paused in the middle of the attack, his eyes scanning the humans, as if confused by their resistance. The hesitation was brief, but it was enough. Miles saw the opportunity. She ordered her team to fall back toward the control panel, making a mad dash to the communication system. In a desperate move, she engaged the system manually, using the stolen alien tech to override the mainframe. It wasn't a flawless process. Sparks flew, and alarms blared. But the system began to sputter, and the alien communication lines started to break down. The confusion in the enemy ranks grew as their orders became increasingly jumbled. Miles and her team seized the moment, disabling the alien communications hub just as reinforcements arrived. But they had paid a heavy price. Several members of the strike team had fallen, and Miles was barely able to escape with her life. She was shaken, covered in the blood of her fallen comrades, but she knew they had done something monumental. The aliens were disoriented, their command structure fractured. This would give humanity the advantage they needed, if they could exploit it in time. As the team escaped the alien ship and returned to Earth, Kane's forces mobilized, ready to capitalize on the disruption. The alien fleet had been momentarily thrown into chaos, but Kane knew the fight was far from over. The war had only just begun, and humanity's resilience was their greatest weapon. The message was clear. Humanity had shown the invaders that they were not a species to be underestimated. This was just the beginning. The disruption of the alien communications hub sent shockwaves through the invading fleet, but the victory came at a heavy cost. General Kane knew that the aliens would not remain disorganized for long. Their leadership would quickly regroup and reassert control. The window of opportunity was narrow, and humanity had to act fast if they were to capitalize on their hard-won advantage. Back on Earth, General Kane gathered her top commanders in the war room. The situation was dire. The alien fleet was vast, their ships nearly indestructible, and their firepower beyond anything Earth had ever encountered. Yet for the first time since the invasion began, there was a sliver of hope. The sabotage of their communications had thrown the aliens into disarray, and for a moment, they were vulnerable. Kane's mind raced with options, but every decision seemed like a gamble. The alien fleet wasn't just attacking Earth. It was systematically obliterating human resistance across the globe. If they didn't push back now, they would lose whatever advantage they had gained. Captain Leah Miles, who had led the mission to infiltrate the alien ship, was among the few survivors to return with critical intel. She reported that the alien command structure had been thrown into chaos. Ships that were once perfectly synchronized now moved erratically, some even attacking one another in confusion. Miles believed this was a sign that the aliens were desperately trying to re-establish their communication network. It was their Achilles heel, and the humans had to strike while they were still off balance. In a bold move, Kane authorized the formation of the Ghost Fleet *, a new unit made up of humanity's most advanced ships, now equipped with salvaged alien technology. Using the alien tech they had reverse-engineered, humanity's engineers had created weapons capable of breaching the aliens' impenetrable shields. But the real advantage lay in the use of Ghost Fleet * tactics. These ships, smaller and more agile than the massive alien vessels, would use the element of surprise to launch lightning-fast attacks on the disoriented alien ships. The first mission of the Ghost Fleet * was daring. Intercept an alien transport convoy carrying vital reinforcements and supplies. The convoy was vulnerable, with the alien ships still recovering from the earlier chaos. Miles, now commanding one of the Ghost Fleet ships, led the charge. The fleet moved swiftly through the void, undetected by the alien sensors, thanks to modifications made to the ship's energy signatures. It was a high-risk operation, but if they succeeded, they could cripple the alien supply chain and further destabilize the fleet. The assault came like a thunderclap. The Ghost Fleet ambushed the convoy in the dead of night, catching the aliens completely off guard. Explosions rocked the void as the humans used their new weaponry to blast through the alien shields. The alien ships fought back with fury, but they were unprepared for the ferocity and unpredictability of the human forces. The Ghost Fleet was fast, evasive, and deadly, using their knowledge of alien weaknesses to exploit every flaw. The ambush was swift and brutal, and within hours, the convoy had been destroyed. As the battle subsided, the Ghost Fleet returned to their base, battered but victorious. They had proven that humanity's ingenuity and relentless spirit could overcome even the most formidable adversaries. The message was clear: Earth was not finished. The aliens might have superior technology, but humanity's adaptability and creativity gave them the edge. Back on Earth, Dr. Eli Navarro worked tirelessly to develop the next phase of their strategy. He had been studying the alien ship's power systems, and he was close to discovering a way to completely disable their fleet from within. But Navarro was no fool. He knew the aliens wouldn't stay disorganized for long. The war had only just begun, and humanity's small victories could only last so long without a decisive blow. General Kane knew this was just the start. They had taken down a convoy, disrupted their command structure, and proven humanity could fight back. But the real battle was ahead, and the Ghost Fleet was just the beginning. Now the stakes were higher than ever. The alien fleet would come for Earth with even more fury, and humanity's only hope was to continue adapting, continue striking fast, and above all, continue surprising them. The tide of the war had shifted, but it was far from over. The victory of the Ghost Fleet was a pivotal moment for humanity, but it was also a reminder of how fragile their hold on the war truly was. The aliens, despite their initial disarray, had begun to regroup quickly. The sudden and brutal ambush on the convoy was a blow to their morale, but the invaders were not easily deterred. General Kane understood that if humanity was to win, they needed more than just small victories. They needed to strike at the heart of the alien threat. Dr. Eli Navarro, the brilliant scientist who had been working tirelessly since the invasion began, presented humanity with their best chance of success. After weeks of studying the wreckage of alien ships and analyzing the captured technology, Navarro had made a breakthrough. The aliens, despite their immense technological prowess, had a weakness, a flaw in the way they generated energy to power their ships. Navarro theorized that by targeting the alien fleet's central energy systems, they could cripple the entire fleet at once. But the plan came with its own set of risks. If Navarro was wrong, Earth's remaining military forces would be left vulnerable, with no way of stopping the alien ships from launching a final devastating attack. The very energy core that powered the alien fleet also served as its shield, making any assault on it a dangerous gamble. Despite the uncertainty, General Kane gave the go-ahead. The fate of Earth was hanging by a thread, and Navarro's plan offered the only real hope of victory. To execute the mission, Kane would need to rely on the newly formed Ghost Fleet once again. But this time, the stakes were higher than ever. The mission was to be launched in secret. While the alien fleet was busy recovering from its previous losses, the Ghost Fleet would move in under the radar and infiltrate the heart of the alien armada. The goal was simple: disable the energy cores of several key alien ships, and then retreat before the invaders could retaliate. The Ghost Fleet ships, agile and equipped with alien technology, would be the perfect vessels for such a mission. Captain Leah Miles, who had proven herself in the earlier battles, was chosen to lead the assault. Alongside her was a small but elite team of soldiers and engineers, all of whom were familiar with the alien tech they had salvaged. They would board the alien ships, plant explosives on their energy cores, and escape before the ships went into full meltdown. As the Ghost Fleet assembled for the mission, the air was thick with tension. Each soldier knew the odds were against them, but they also knew that if they succeeded, they could bring the alien fleet to its knees. The mission was to be a surgical strike, a precise, calculated attack that could potentially cripple the invaders for good. The fleet launched under the cover of darkness, weaving through the stars toward the heart of the alien fleet. As they approached their targets, the enemy ships were eerily silent. They had no idea the Ghost Fleet was coming. The plan worked perfectly at first. The human ships silently breached the outer defenses of the alien armada, evading detection as they made their way to the core of the enemy's power grid. But as they got closer, something unexpected happened. The aliens, for all their advanced technology, seemed to anticipate the human attack. A trap was sprung. The moment the Ghost Fleet ships entered the core zone, the aliens activated a secondary defense system, one they had kept hidden until now. Thousands of drones, each faster and more lethal than anything humanity had encountered, swarmed toward the ships. The battle became a desperate scramble for survival as the Ghost Fleet engaged the drones in a brutal dogfight. In the chaos, Captain Miles and her team pushed forward, determined to complete their mission. They boarded the first alien ship, planted the explosives, and fought off a relentless wave of alien defenders. Just as they were about to leave, a massive explosion rocked the ship, sending shockwaves through the fleet. The alien energy core had been destabilized, and the ship began to break apart. As the Ghost Fleet made their escape, the first explosion was quickly followed by others. One by one, the alien ship's energy cores exploded in a chain reaction, causing massive damage throughout the fleet. The aliens, thrown into complete disarray once again, scrambled to regain control. But it was too late. The Ghost Fleet had struck a devastating blow, and the alien fleet was reeling. As the Ghost Fleet pulled back to safety, General Kane stood at the command center, watching the carnage unfold on the screens. The explosion of the alien ships was the first major victory Earth had won since the invasion began. Yet Kane knew this was just one battle in a much larger war. The aliens would regroup. They would adapt. But humanity had proven something that day. They were not a species to be underestimated. The message was clear. The aliens had made a grave mistake in thinking humanity would submit without a fight. The war was far from over, but for the first time, Earth had hope. And that was something the invaders could not take away. The alien fleet, crippled by the explosions of their energy cores, was reeling. The Ghost Fleet had dealt a devastating blow, but General Kane knew better than to think the war was won. The invaders were far from defeated. With their central power systems in disarray, the aliens would surely regroup, recalibrate, and come up with a new strategy. Humanity had shown resilience, but the fight was far from over. Kane needed to act quickly to solidify their advantage and continue striking while the aliens were still recovering. The Ghost Fleet returned to Earth with news of their success, but the cost of the mission was heavy. Several ships had been destroyed, and numerous crew members had perished in the battle. Captain Leah Miles, who had led the attack, arrived back with a mixture of exhaustion and pride. She had managed to deliver a crushing blow to the alien fleet, but she could already see the next phase of the war unfolding. The alien leadership would not sit idle for long. General Kane wasted no time in making her next move. Using the intelligence gathered from the destruction of the alien ships, Dr. Eli Navarro quickly began analyzing the alien fleet's communications and their command structure. What he discovered was both alarming and promising. The aliens had been heavily reliant on a centralized command system, but the chaos caused by the energy core explosions had fractured their leadership. However, Navarro believed that the aliens' next move would be a shift toward decentralized command, making them harder to target and more unpredictable. To counter this, Kane ordered the immediate construction of an experimental new fleet, one designed not only to fight but to track and disrupt the alien fleet's new command protocols. The plan was ambitious, requiring the most advanced technology Earth had ever developed. The Spectre Squadron as it was called, was to be humanity's most formidable weapon against the now more elusive alien fleet. The Spectre Squadron would consist of stealth ships that were nearly invisible to the alien sensors, equipped with a new form of energy manipulation that could disrupt the aliens' communications and coordination. These ships, though smaller and more agile than the Ghost Fleet ships, were capable of deep infiltration and could strike without warning, causing havoc in the alien fleet's ranks. If the Ghost Fleet had dealt the first blow, the Spectre Squadron would be the one to deliver the final strike. The first mission of the Spectre Squadron was one of extraordinary risk. They would infiltrate a key alien command ship, one that had managed to survive the recent attacks and disable its communication systems. If successful, it would not only cripple a critical portion of the alien fleet, but also send a message to the invaders. Earth would keep fighting. They would never stop. The mission was set into motion immediately. Captain Miles, who had become a symbol of humanity's resilience, was chosen to lead the squadron. But this time, she wasn't alone. She would be joined by an elite team of operatives, each hand-picked for their skills in stealth, sabotage, and combat. The stakes were higher than ever, and failure was not an option. As the Spectre Squadron launched into the depths of space, General Kane remained at the command center, watching the screens with a mixture of anticipation and dread. Every second that passed brought the squadron closer to their target, but also deeper into enemy territory. The alien fleet had become more unpredictable with each passing day, and Kane knew the mission could easily turn into a disaster. Despite the risks, the squadron continued their approach, slipping through the shadows of space like phantoms. The alien command ship loomed ahead, its massive silhouette casting an imposing shadow across the dark void. As the Spectre Squadron closed in, they deployed their stealth technology, cloaking their ships from the alien sensors. It was a tense, heart-pounding journey as they silently drifted closer to their target, each member of the squadron knowing that the slightest misstep could mean disaster. Captain Miles and her team were ready. They'd breached the command ship undetected and began their sabotage. Their mission was clear: plant the disruptor on the alien communication core and disable it before the ship's automated defenses could respond. As they worked, the quiet tension of the ship was broken by the sudden flash of light. An alarm had been triggered. The aliens had detected their presence. A firefight broke out in the heart of the alien command ship. The Spectre Squadron fought with everything they had, using their knowledge of alien tactics to stay one step ahead. But even as the squadron's mission succeeded, with the disruptor planted and the communication network going dark, it became clear that the aliens were not as blind as they had seemed. They were adapting. The mission was a success, but the squadron was surrounded. Captain Miles knew they had to make a quick exit, but escape was no longer guaranteed. The aliens, realizing they were under attack, had already begun to retaliate. As the squadron fought their way back to their ships, it was clear that humanity had opened a new chapter in the war, a chapter that would require every ounce of their courage and ingenuity. The Spectre Squadron had delivered a critical blow, but the aliens were learning quickly. The real battle had only just begun. The Spectre Squadron had successfully disabled the alien command ship's communications, causing a temporary collapse in the invaders' ability to coordinate. However, the squadron's victory came at a steep price. As Captain Leah Miles and her team made their harrowing escape, They were pursued by a relentless swarm of alien ships. The aliens, clearly aware now that they were being actively hunted, were adapting rapidly, learning from their mistakes, and reinforcing their defenses. Miles and her team fought with everything they had as they fled through the chaotic space battlefield. Alien drones and interceptors streamed toward them, firing with deadly precision. The Spectre Squadron ships were designed for stealth and quick maneuvers, but against such an overwhelming force, even the best tactics could only go so far. Captain Miles gritted her teeth, pushing her ship to the limit, weaving through the laser fire while issuing orders to her crew. "Stay on target, don't break formation," she barked, her voice steady despite the pressure. "We make it out alive, or we don't make it out at all. Keep pushing." Her words were a grim reminder of the stakes. The Spectre Squadron had achieved the impossible, but now they were in the fight for their lives. The alien fleet, with its superior numbers and devastating weapons, was beginning to close in. Every second of evasion felt like a lifetime. Back at Earth's command center, General Kane watched the unfolding battle with clenched fists. The success of the Spectre Squadron had sent ripples through the alien fleet, but now Earth's best hope was in grave danger. Kane had given them this mission to inflict chaos on the invaders, but now, watching the images of the dogfight unfold on the screens, she knew it was more than just a tactical victory. It was a test of humanity's resolve. "This isn't over," Kane muttered under her breath. "We've fought too hard to lose now." On the edge of the alien fleet, the Spectre Squadron fought desperately, with Miles and her crew continuing to evade capture by the skin of their teeth. Several ships in the squadron were already badly damaged, their systems flickering as alien fire broke through their shields. It was only a matter of time before the relentless pursuit wore them down. Then, just as it seemed the squadron would be overwhelmed, a stroke of fortune arrived in the form of reinforcements. General Kane, in a decisive moment, ordered a full-scale diversion, a last-ditch attempt to break the alien hold and provide the Spectre Squadron with the breathing room they desperately needed. Several human capital ships, equipped with newly designed decoy drones, launched into space, creating a massive distraction. The alien fleet's attention shifted, and the Spectre Squadron was able to break free from the immediate danger. Miles, bruised but resolute, pushed her ship toward the escape route, eyes fixed on the stars ahead. "All ships, fall back." "Follow me," she ordered, her voice steady despite the overwhelming odds. The squadron executed the retreat with military precision, their stealth technology masking their exit even as the alien ships scrambled to regain their bearings. It was a heart-pounding escape. But finally, the squadron managed to jump into hyperspace, narrowly avoiding certain destruction. As the Spectre Squadron made its way back to Earth, the tension slowly began to lift. The alien pursuit had ended for now, but the crew knew this was only a temporary reprieve. The victory was bittersweet. While they had achieved a crucial mission, the aliens were regrouping faster than ever before. The next phase of the war would be even more dangerous. Back on Earth, General Kane received the squadron's transmission. "Mission complete," Miles said, her voice tinged with exhaustion but relief. "We've crippled their command again, but they're adapting quickly. We can't afford to rest." Kane nodded grimly. "We won't. You've bought us time. Now we make every second count." With the success of the Spectre Squadron mission, humanity had once again thrown a wrench into the aliens' plans. But the war was far from over. The aliens would retaliate, and the next strike could very well be their most powerful yet. Earth had made significant progress, but every victory was hard-earned, and the cost was rising. As the Spectre Squadron and the remaining human forces began regrouping, General Kane issued a call to arms. "Prepare for the next phase. We are no longer on the defensive. We will take the fight to them. This is our world, and we will fight for it." The aliens had underestimated humanity. They had made the grave mistake of thinking Earth was weak and fractured. But they were wrong. The human spirit, fierce and unyielding, had become the greatest weapon in the war for survival. And now, Earth would go on the offensive. The war was far from over, but humanity's fight was only just beginning. The tides of war had turned, but the battle was far from won. Humanity had proven it could strike back, and the aliens were learning the hard way that Earth was not an easy target. General Kane knew that the next phase of the conflict would be decisive. The aliens had already begun adapting to the tactics the Ghost Fleet and Spectre Squadron had used against them, and it was only a matter of time before they developed countermeasures. The time for small victories was over. Humanity had been fighting defensively for too long, waiting for the invaders to make their next move. Now it was time to take the fight to the heart of the alien fleet. The aliens had come to Earth with overwhelming force, expecting the swift conquest. Instead, they were facing something they hadn't anticipated: resilience, ingenuity, and a willingness to fight back at any cost. General Kane's strategy was clear: strike deep into alien territory, target their remaining strongholds, and force the invaders into a position where they could no longer dictate the terms of the war. It would be a high-risk, high-reward campaign. The alien fleet was vast and heavily fortified, but the fractures in their command structure and the damage to their energy infrastructure gave humanity a unique opportunity. Now, it was time to capitalize on it. Kane called together her most trusted commanders in the war room, where the plans for the final offensive were laid out. Captain Leah Miles, who had led the Spectre Squadron on their successful mission to disrupt the alien fleet's communications, was once again tapped for a pivotal role. But this time, she wasn't going alone. She would lead an assault force consisting of Ghost Fleet and Spectre Squadron vessels, augmented by new technology that combined human ingenuity with alien tech. The plan was nothing short of audacious. The attack would be launched on the largest and most formidable alien command station in the sector, located on a massive asteroid orbiting a distant star. It was a fortress, protected by a fleet of alien warships and surrounded by a deadly array of automated defenses. If humanity could break through the defenses and destroy the command station, it would deal a mortal blow to the alien fleet's ability to coordinate and launch further attacks on Earth. But Kane knew the stakes. The success of the mission would mean victory. Failure, however, would leave Earth exposed to a retaliatory strike that could wipe out the last of humanity's military forces. The aliens had underestimated them before, but they would not make the same mistake again. The squadron's final assault began under the cover of darkness, with ships slipping into the asteroid field and avoiding the alien sensors. They were prepared for anything: traps, ambushes, counterattacks. Every soldier aboard knew this could be their last mission, but they also knew that this was the only way to end the war. As they approached the alien command station, the silence of space was broken by the crackling energy of weapons charging. The alien fleet's defenses sprang to life, unleashing a barrage of firepower that shook the very core of the human fleet. The battle was brutal and unforgiving. Alien ships clashed with human vessels in a chaotic storm of energy blasts and explosions. The Ghost Fleet darted in and out of the fray, using their superior speed and stealth to take down key alien ships, while the Spectre Squadron targeted critical systems within the station itself. Captain Miles led the charge, her ship cutting through enemy fire with precision and determination. Her team fought their way to the heart of the command station, planting explosives that would disable its power core. As the countdown began, a massive explosion erupted from the heart of the asteroid, sending shockwaves through the entire system. But the mission came at a cost. The alien fleet, though thrown into disarray, began to regroup and retaliate with terrifying force. The Spectre Squadron took heavy losses, and several ships were destroyed in the final push. The survivors, battered and bruised, raced to escape the asteroid's collapsing infrastructure. As the remaining human ships limped back to safety, General Kane stood at the command center, watching the destruction unfold on the screens. The alien fleet was reeling, but it wasn't over. The aliens would regroup once again, but their ability to coordinate had been shattered. The war had reached a turning point, and humanity was finally on the offensive. But Kane knew that the ultimate battle was still to come. The aliens had underestimated humanity's will to survive, and now they had learned a painful lesson. Earth had become a battlefield, but it was a battlefield that humanity was prepared to fight on to the very end. As the Spectre Squadron returned to Earth, battered but triumphant, Captain Miles spoke the words that would define the future of the war. "This is just the beginning. We're not done yet. We'll fight until they know they can never win." Humanity's fight for survival had just entered its final phase. The aliens might have superior technology, but they would never have humanity's tenacity, determination, and hope. And that would be the thing that finally tipped the scales in their favor.